Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm so grateful to have you all here watching me. I mean, I should have made this channel a very long time ago. I've been told to make YouTube channels so many times. I just think I sound horrible on camera. I really have a massive issue with listening to myself, so this is a massive step for me. I'm planning on hopefully having one video a week. You can head over to my Instagram or in the comments down below, tell me what you want to see. So today I'm just going to do a really quick get to know me and then get straight into doing a full face glam foundation routine, because that's something that you've all wanted to see with my skin condition and with all that, just how I get the coverage that I get. And I hope you learn something and can put it all together. And yeah, so a quick get to know me. I've been doing makeup for 8 years now, just about. I do bridal glam special. I absolutely love it. I love making girls feel beautiful. I mean, girls and boys, everyone feel beautiful through makeup. I think everyone's gorgeous in their own skin, 110%, but I think makeup is such a good art and tool to kind of help bring that beauty out, especially for special occasions like your big day, your wedding day, parties, events, all that kind of stuff. You can head over to my Instagram. It'll be in the comments below. Here's my handle. Head over to my Instagram and follow, subscribe, like. It would mean so much to me. Getting back to a little bit about me. So yeah, that's what I do. Basically, I'm just an entrepreneur. I love doing my own thing, working for myself, building my brand, building an empire, essentially. And yeah, I'm 26. Oh, I just turned 26 last week. I think up until 26, age was just a number, and now I'm like, maybe it's not a number. I don't know. What else? I'm married to my amazing husband, Mina. Well, that's it for now. Let me know if there's anything you want to know. I'm really easy, transparent, like there ain't no secrets here, girl. Yeah, I'm really straightforward. Anything you want to know, just shoot a comment, ask me on Instagram, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So basically just showing you my skin first. So I'm just going to read off Google my condition because I'm not very good at explaining it. So I have vitiligo, and it's basically an autoimmune condition that causes loss of skin color and blotches when the cells that produce melanin die or stop functioning. So it doesn't hurt or anything and it's fine, but yeah, basically you can see it's just white patches. And like, I'm quite tan naturally just from the sun. I try to avoid getting too much sun on my face for aging and stuff like that. But yeah, basically I've done multiple rounds of treatment, which is not like, it's not meant to have a very high success rate, but I try it anyway. But that's how I get the darker spot. It's kind of like the melanin trying to reproduce to fill the white. Show you guys how I cover it to have an even complexion, and you can use this same method for lots of things. I mean, I use it on my clients for that have pigmentation, that have acne scarring, just scarring in general, anything where basically you have two different colors on the face, any patchiness, anything like that. The same kind of idea works. I mean, I have a bunch of different techniques that I use depending on what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, etc. But I'll show you my most recent, most common method of how I cover it all up and get it even. So it's all right. So let's get straight into it. So I've just gone and put concealer on my eyes, just a little bit of powder, filled in my brows a little bit and chucked on a pair of lashes. Okay, so my skin type is a combination. My nose, forehead, and this area is super oily. The rest is, I'd say, pretty normal. Could get a little bit dry under my eyes, around here, but that's about it. For skin prep, just before foundation, I like to just moisturize. So Ultra Facial, so the Kiehl's Ultra Facial cream, just all over.
Baby girl.
Hydrating under your eyes is like a crucial step in ensuring that like your concealer sits really well. If you're baking, that your bake doesn't get too dry or patchy. So moisturizing or hydrating under your eyes is super important. And then my T-zone, this is my holy grail for like pores, oiliness, everything. So it's the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. And I'll kind of put it on the 2 index fingers.
There's a storm.
Now for getting a flawless base with inconsistent skin colors, like I mentioned, the patchiness and all that kind of stuff. So basically I love the Shape Tape concealers. These are the 3 that I use all the time for like my skin. 38N, medium tan neutral. Okay, and that, just using the wand, I put all over where my patches are, and I'm basically like coloring them in. So see where this is my skin color and then this is the lack of pigment, so I'll just go over there, over where the 2 areas meet essentially. My chin at the bottom has the same thing.
Can't really explain it. I'm so into you now. I wanna be more than a friend of you now. When they ask, I mention my baby girl in the interviews now. And I don't bring the problems from the 90s and the 2000s. There's no reason to have a friend or 2 now.
And then I go in with the 36S, which is 2 shades lighter, so the medium tan sand. Same thing, the Shape Tape. Where my normal skin color meets the white patches, always appears darker. So if I were just to go in with one color all over, it wouldn't actually look like one color all over, because my light bits will be pushing through, my dark bits will be pushing through, and my complexion will just look like muggy, dirty, like uneven. It's hard to explain unless you've seen it, but maybe you know what I mean. So on my normal colored areas, I'll go in and conceal a little.
Cause the kid's ready to tell you how he feel in a few vows. Maybe I speak in general now, but girl, I'ma do whatever just to keep a grin on you now. Where I go,
This is a great look. Basically we're done. I'm going to like this. Just kidding. Anyways, so, and then basically I'll just go in with a beauty blender. It's just pre-wet, and I'll just kind of pat. I'm not patting, it doesn't look like I'm not patting over it. So I'm just patting where all those edges are, because I don't want to take away much of the product that I just put on while I'm patting over it here. But where my patches are, I don't pat over it, because if I pat over it, I'm going to take away product again and kind of get rid of what I just covered up. So I don't do that. I just
in the winter too now. Don't What you think about 10 lines on the skin of you now? Why wouldn't I wanna spend a few thou? On Fifth Ave, shopping sprees, and them dinners to chow. I ain't concerned what other men would do now. As long as when I slide up in you, you growl.
I'm looking a lot more even. Obviously not the right colour, very light. However, that's evened out my skin tone so that I don't need tons and tons and tons of layers of foundation to kind of even everything out. And foundation, I like to spray the Quarterly, I think that's how it's pronounced, Beauty Elixir. So even though I have a really oily T-zone, I know that what I've primed my T-zone with will keep that matte, so I can still go in and hydrate and glow the rest of it. So.
He better be a kin of you now, and I ain't jealous, it's the principle now.
My favorite, the Huda Beauty Faux Filter, hands down. I mean, I can use other things and get great coverage as well, but in terms of covering this kind of stuff, getting a really even skin tone, definitely I need to use a little bit of Huda to get that bulletproof face. So I can wear the toffee, I believe it's $4.20 if I'm not mistaken, and that's pretty good. I'm just in between like a kind of deep tan, medium tan vibes going on. So at the moment, like just the last couple of weeks, I've been mixing number 400 macchiato with a little bit of 450 chocolate mousse, which is essentially like you would say 400, 450 would add up to like 425, 420 toffee, but I like this better, just preference I guess, because I like to put chocolate mousse where I'm more, where I would contour essentially, and then there's everywhere else to blend. Rebecca Champagne Pop Shearing Skin Perfector Liquid. I don't know, there's a lot of words, but I'm sure you know this. I mix a pump of this in with my foundation. You can just go straight in. I mean, I do it sometimes when I'm in a rush. You can just go straight in with a beauty blender, literally like, you can do that. However, with like a full coverage, kind of really getting in there, you want it to stay for ages. I like to use a brush. So a brush like so, it's like a super small foundation brush or like an extra large concealer brush. I don't know what you would call this. It's from somewhere in Melbourne. It's from Ronnie's makeup studio. It is the E1 brush, and because I've let that concealer sit in there for a few minutes, as well as sprayed on top of it, I can just wipe this on top. So it's chocolate mousse. I can wipe this on top without it taking anything off. So I'm just putting the chocolate mousse color everywhere I essentially contour. It's a weird way of applying foundation, but this is what I like to do. It works well. Alright, and then I'll kind of just take whatever's left on my hand on the brush and kind of work it all into each other.
I'm so into you.
Just the beauty blender with, it's got a little bit of the concealer that we used before, and just the like excess that was left on my hand, just an extra patting. And that's just taken off any excess, kind of blended everything in. Make sure it's seamless. How much my skin tone's evened out, but I really haven't used much product at all compared to like what you would use if you just went in with straight foundation trying to cover up that unevenness. It would be like layer upon layer upon layer. Yeah, so it's basically base, like done. Shape Tape, again, Holy Grail shit, 36, Holy Grail stuff, 36S, so the light one that I was using before, and it just under there. I like to create like an inner, it's like a triangle, and then bring it around here as well.
It's more than a flash, and I would have traded it all in orderly fashion.
With just a synthetic fiber brush, like so. And just put that in.
Villa in Florida, we crashing just off the shore, so you can hear when the water be splashing. The drop top 3 1/4, we dashing the flawless.
And I'm just patting it in and essentially like blurring out the edges. So literally just patting and not taking it away from the area. So I'm not swiping. So I'm not taking it away from the area that I've placed it in. I'm just pushing it into the skin to just highlight, essentially bring forward those areas of the face. It's the Givenchy. So this is the Givenchy Prisme Libre. I don't know. 4-in-1. It's a 1 in 4. So it has, I hope you can see, it's got 4 little compartments, and basically they're correcting colors. So it's got like a peach powder, whitey yellow powder, a yellow powder, and just a neutral, and they're all basically mixed. It's probably creased a bit, so just make sure you pat out all your creases. You could totally do this with a beauty blender as well. I kind of like chop and change between what I use. So, and then just with the Anastasia A7 brush, I just pat that in. So I'm not really baking per se. I'm literally just setting. I like to cream contour or like liquid contour with the Rich Sand Shape Tape 57S. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then using the MAC 130, I've already kind of pushed it in there. It's like a synthetic little blender. I like to go in and contour my forehead. I know that looks really dark, but you'll see it'll disappear in a second. Just blend that in, kind of place it there, and then without putting any more in the brush, I'll just go in and do the hollows. I like to go up, so it's like a curved shape. It gives a really nice like face shape finish. So this is, with the hollows, I follow the top of this earpiece to the top of my lip turn up, essentially, is where I'm going, and then I'll turn at the end to go up, like cheek popping way, and then again with just what's left over, jawline. I have a 5 head, very large, so I contour my forehead a lot. So yeah, like it's quite harsh, and then I'll go in with what's left on the beauty blender.
Diamonds in the border, we flashing the money we ought to be stashing. I make sure every quarter be cashing.
Just dab 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 dab. Life, the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I use shade blondie on myself. The tip of my beauty blender. I'll just pat it in like so. And then I'll just go in and essentially, and I'm doing the side. Just that whole area we concealed before. And I'll take it up to the side of my nose because it'll slim.
I can't really explain. My friends be thinking I'm slipping. These girls be thinking I'm tripping. What kind of weed you be smoking? What type of drinks you be sipping? Sweet thing, just to think of you dipping. What had me with the blues?
Really glam. And just to kind of chisel that. I've really been loving the Pro Filter loose powders by Fenty Beauty. I can use honey or cashew, so I literally use like the tiniest bit. I don't like having those areas bake for too long, so I kind of go in straight away and do that. However, my under eye area I will let bake for a little bit longer, and this is just literally like I'm patting into the powder that's on the lid. And then I'll go in and contour. I like to contour with the deep slash tan matte bronzer by Too Faced, a dark chocolate soleil. Just with the Kat Von D Shade Light brush. Just going over where we did that powder. I know the brush, I mean, a lot of people use it like that. You could do that if you're going for a really sharp contour, but I like my contour really buffed, so I turn it this way so that it's facing me. How do I show this? Like this. You can see the shape. So then, and then I'll contour with it that way. So this part is really hollowing out the bottom, but then the rest of it is kind of buffing it so that it's like already seamless with like minimal effort and not needing to layer another bronzer to give me that transition blend here. Alright, and then literally just with the clean other side, just swipe that baby off with my favorite blush, which is Pinch Me by MAC, and the Anastasia blush brush, the A19. I love this blush brush. I don't know why, it's really not that special, but I just love it. And then just cheeks.
So hard, you would think I was crippin'. Now you relaxing in the bins. Credit cards with no limits, so you don't worry about maxing.
Using the MAC Oh Darling highlight. We do the same. It's basically face base. I mean, considering how patchy my skin is underneath, I say this is pretty on point. Done, and that is how you go from drab to fab.
I don't wanna trip, but truth is, girl, the way you cook a steak remind me of them strips and roof Chris. You love my smile, no matter how chipped my tooth is. With you, it ain't because my whips is ruthless. So sit on chrome, dipped up deuces, and you ain't flattered by canary and VS dip taste souses. Cover ballers look dumb when they.
And here's my my handle. Whoop. Don't know what is going on here. This is not a retract, this is a sharpening type. Don't you love it when you have like 999 mascaras but you can't find one? This is my good side, by the way, if you follow me on Instagram. I have one angle only. What's this? Whereas this side is another human. I don't know who this chick is. But it's someone else. I don't know.
Press you 5s and 6s. You don't let them count the numbers impress you. Even though I was somewhat successful, me and a player was becoming too stressful. But
and I hope you love this tutorial. And yeah, I'm gonna get better at this. Promise.
It feel like it's tainted, but I can't really explain it. Yeah.